Hey, it's me, test 123. It's day 5 of my 25 flavors of the same story challenge. Yay, stated right. I just had dinner. It's 5:30 p.m. now. Today I try to do it as early as possible. If you haven't watched the video yesterday, well, go watch it cuz I was going to ask you, did you feel that I was extremely tired yesterday in yesterday's video? I was exhausted, exhausted by this challenge. Yesterday was day 4. Ironically, in my 30 days talking to the camera challenge, it was also day 4 where I felt stuck. I felt I wanted to give up. It happened yesterday too. On day 4, I felt like I wanted to give up. I felt like I just had no way to make this work. I felt like I told the story 4 times different ways, and there was just too many struggles, too many challenges. And from the reactions that I got from the videos, people are not receiving it either. So I felt that maybe I picked the wrong challenge, maybe I picked the wrong story, maybe I started the wrong thing. So I really wanted to give up yesterday. And yesterday I also mentioned in the video that I now realize how difficult it is when you are seriously creating content and try to make a high quality piece of content. You want to think about all the stuff, and you want to make things perfect, and that makes it even more difficult. I didn't like it. So today I thought, what do I say? Yesterday I didn't get enough sleep. I had a lot happening during the day. So in the evening, when I was about to tell the story, I was procrastinating again, like dreading, thinking about what change should I make to the story so I could actually tell it. And I was lying down on my back and just thinking, and then I came up with this idea of, conveying the feeling and write it in a extremely slow pace, almost poetic way to tell the story. And I didn't really even need a lot of details or a storyline. So I tried to write it down, and I took the time to write the draft, and then took the time to practice a little bit to get familiar with the whole draft, and then I told it. It took me too much time, and I acknowledge that this may be a good practice or maybe a good process if I have time, if I'm producing a video every week. But for a video for every day, this is not, I don't think this is something that would work for me. Okay, it may work for you, but it's not something that worked for me. So that was about yesterday, and today I feel much better. I have enough rest, and now I decided that I will make this attempt as early as possible, as early as I can. Still a lot happened in the day because it's a work day, but I just managed to make this time to make this video, and I will just give it a shot. Today is day 5. I hope I can make a breakthrough in day 5. And and also something I want to say about the video yesterday. I actually really liked the video that I shot yesterday. But from the response, it appears that my subscribers or whoever saw the impression didn't agree, or it didn't resonate with people. I don't know. I don't care. Yesterday, I know it was a production in a very, very low energy of me. So I acknowledge that maybe the low energy doesn't really help the video to get to get resonance. So it is what it is, and I'm not doing it for the views, right? I expected that there will be a loss of subscribers. So coming back to today, I think today my intention is really to tap into the 30 days challenge, the talking to camera challenge energy, which is to lower the quality bar, lower the barrier, and then tap into that energy of me not thinking too much and just go ahead and do it with fun, right? With lightness, with playfulness. So that's what I'm going to do today. I didn't script the story today, and I'll just go ahead and tell it in whatever way I feel like right now. Right? So let's get into the story. Have you ever been to a journey where you run into an experience that you didn't expect and you thought it was going to be a really disaster or really bad experience, and it turns out to be a wonderful, wonderful memory for you? I had one of this experience that happens in 2013 April. It was when me and my best friend Neo, we planned this bicycle trip in Vietnam, and there was some mistakes in our planning. We just missed the booking of our transportations, and we ended up getting onto a very local, long distance bus, and we spent 2 whole days on the bus. When we got onto the bus, we thought this was going to be a disaster. But what it turned out to be, it was a story of beautiful journey and memories. And today I want to share with you some of the things that happened on that journey. So, but at first, I wanted to tell you about the bus. The bus is a yellow bus that looks really outdated. It didn't have air conditioning. It's all sitting seats. So for a trip of 2 days, 36 hours in total, later it turned out to be, sitting the whole way is not quite comfortable, right? And the bus was run by a crew of 4 people. They work in pairs. Each pair includes a driver and a conductor. The driver drives the bus. The conductor will stand next to the door and keep recruiting passengers. And one thing that is really interesting about the bus is that the door was just left open the whole way. The conductor would just stand next to the door and keep shouting out, like whenever they pass by a town or a crowded area where there could be people waiting for a bus, they would shout to people where the bus was heading, and also what were the major stops they were passing by, right? They were stopping by. And then they will stop the bus if someone waves their hands and get people on, and sometimes they will stop and get people off and moved on. It was a 36-hour trip for us, but it wasn't even the destination yet. The whole trip, I guess, it may take like almost 40 hours, I think, for the bus. But it appeared that me and Neo, we were the only passengers that like stay on the bus for more than 30 hours. Most of the passengers, they got on halfway, got off halfway, and used it for only like 2-3 hours to get from one city to another. So it was almost like a long distance bus that picks up people on the way, drop off people on the way, and just let people using it as a local bus. So that was the bus. And a few things that happens that was really interesting. First thing is that we didn't speak Vietnamese. So I had this iPad that I loaded a SIM card that we used to communicate with local people. The crew, because they take turns, right? One pair would run the bus, the other pair will rest, because it's a 2 days trip, and to drive, both of them needs to rest. So when one of the crew, I think he's really young. I think he was even younger than me at the time, or of course today too. When he was resting, he would chat with me. We use Google Translate, and we just like ask questions about each other, like where are you from, and what food do you like, what do you like about Vietnam, things like that. And after a few questions, we started to exchange life stories. And this young man, he seemed to be quite excited about meeting girls. So he actually showed me some pictures of some of the girls that he met, and uh, yeah, some of them was actually not appropriate for me to see. Um, but anyway, that was another story. So, but it was just amazing that on this trip we we get to know a little bit of each other. Like, although I know this is not like making a friend, not like a deep connection, but it's amazing that we were able to exchange stories about ourselves and be on this journey together. And maybe because of that, or because of we spending this long time together on the bus, when we got to the destination, we got off the bus. When we say goodbye, there was a feeling of like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to end this journey. There was this feeling that I would miss them, and they were all smile, having a big smile on their face and waving to us, and I was just amazed by what could happen when there is human connection, and what could happen when there are space and time and space for human connections to happen. So that was one of the things that I really remember during that trip. And there were other things too. There was once, during the day, we were on a road that is sort of like a hill, and there was a truck that is coming from the front, like the opposite direction, and the truck, I think, is loaded with fruits. I still don't really know what fruit that is, but when it was, because it was a turn, so the truck was turning, and then one box of the fruit just fell off onto the road. And the crew on my bus, they were all waving to that truck and trying to tell them that, you drop a box of fruit. But the truck didn't see it. The truck didn't see it, and it just went. It didn't stop at all. And then my crew, they saw that, and they stopped the bus. And then got off the bus and went to the middle of the road and picked up that box, and then just, got it onto our bus. And because me and Neil, we were the only foreigner on the bus, and they were somehow closer with us, among all the other passengers. So they took out one of the fruit and they gave it to us. And you can see the smile on their face. It was like it was like there was a gift from the universe, and suddenly you just got so happy. It's I don't bet, like, fruits in Vietnam is actually very, very cheap, and I don't think that box of fruit would cost a lot of money. It's not like something super valuable, I guess, but they were just so happy. And I could also tell, their first reaction, it wasn't like, oh, that box of fruit, we are going to take it, but they were trying to notify the truck, the truck driver. It's just a shame that the truck driver didn't get that signal. Yeah. So that was another story that happened. There were other things too. There were we saw a traffic accident. A car was completely ran over. And then we saw another case where we just couldn't figure out why a car was in the middle of the rice field. It was like, I don't know how it got there because there's no road that you can drive into the rice field. It was almost like it flew into the rice field and it's there. There wasn't any people. There was just a car in the middle of the rice field. And there was a passenger that really left an impression for me. It he really represents this zen feeling or this chill attitude that Vietnamese people have, I think. Like this guy had a cricket on his neck. He got on the bus like halfway and almost in the middle of nowhere, and he got on and he said something to the conductor, and the conductor said something back. I didn't understand Vietnamese, but what it sounded like to me was that, where are you going? I don't know where I'm going. Where is this bus going? This bus is going to blah, blah, blah. And okay, I guess I can go there. And boom, he sat down. So he was like very chill, very, very calm, very zen. And it just felt like he doesn't care. He doesn't care that there's a cricket on his neck. He doesn't care where this bus go. He doesn't care where he was going. So he's just chill. Yeah, and that was those little stories that happened during the trip, and after this 36 hours, even not after, even just when I just got on the bus, I somehow just had this feeling that we are on this bus. It almost feel like that this is a boat and we're just a group of pirates. And the crew, the passengers, it doesn't matter already who we are. It doesn't matter what roles we're playing. But we're on this ship together and we're sailing towards a goal, sailing towards our destination. There may be people got on, maybe people got off. But however long or short we are on the bus, we share the journey. We share the same journey. We share the same direction. Our life path just came across at that moment. For some, a little bit longer. For some, a little bit shorter. But it just feels like we are part of the crew. We are part of the group. We are part of this journey, this ship that sails towards our dream. So that was what made it a beautiful journey for me, for Neo too. And that's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story or not. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye bye.